Got some tea and my fingers are cold. I maybe should have my apartment a little bit warmer. Alright, so hello. My name is Gregory Avery Weir. This is Future Proof Plays, where myself and Melissa of Future Proof Games play short stuff. And hopefully all my audio and stuff is working. Looks like things are fine. This game is Zed. Hello. Avery MD in chat will be helping with moderation and posting links and all that. So Zed it's by Eager Games. I first encountered it because this is one of the games that Cyan, who makes Myst, published, supported. They when in recent years had sort of fostered a few game developments, and this is one of them. And I think it's unclear exactly what their role is, but Chuck Carter, who was designer and renderer on the original Myst, it's from the vision of. So this is, I think, they were designer and responsible for sort of the art and imagery of this. There are other folks who worked on writing and other stuff for it. But that's the Myst connection that I know of. And this game supports VR natively, and I considered playing it in VR, but from what I can see, folks, it seems like it was maybe made not to be VR first. And so I'm like, I won't get the rig out and clear the floor space. I'll just do it mouse and keyboard because it seems to work fine that way. So hopefully I'm not minimizing the intended mode of playing the game. So yeah, without further ado, I will retweet our go live tweet, and then we can get started. So this is relatively short. I think How Long to Beat has 2 to 3 hours. So I'll probably be playing this whole thing. So if it looks cool to you, feel free to stop at any time and go check it out yourself if you don't want to watch the whole thing. Hospital bed. This is absolutely going to be one of those games, by the way, where it's like, is this real? Is this... I mean, it may become explicit. It looks like it's going to be explicit from the beginning, but this is absolutely one of those. Are we in the afterlife? Yeah.
Encoding, storage, retrieval. Encoding, the acquisition of information.
Turtle.
Storage, packing it piecemeal throughout the brain. Retrieval, accessing that information. Your father's problem? Retrieval. It's there, he just can't reach it.
Is there anything we can do?
Some games have proven effective in preserving cognitive function.
Creepy painting.
Tangling recollection. Especially if there's a goal.
My father, he's an artist. He's making a picture book for my daughter, Charlotte.
Good, good. Now tell me, what are your most important memories?
Get this. He's fully
I
aware
actually
of
have
the
to tell you,
whole
family, I'm pregnant. We're pregnant.
Never should have signed that contract.
So, good old person in a coma or something similar, having weird science done to their memories. Well, that's cool. Okay. Chapter 6. I can also come home. I started this from scratch.
Place. What are we doing here?
Mr. Id and Mr. Ego.
You said a game.
Dorky.
The goal's the thing. Untangling recollection. It's important for Charlotte. It's important to accomplish something with our life.
Aw. I like this hallway made of doors. I am a sucker for any, like, you know, walking sim where things just get weird. Or just are weird. That surreal, dreamlike feeling. Also, my favorite episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation are all the weird dream and holodeck episodes, so... Pumpkins. I don't have much to say here. Cool imagery. That statue doesn't look like it fits. We're shifting from, like, stuff you would find in a house to, like, weird altars. And so the protagonist is an artist. He's bent. I don't know what these are. Sort of fiber. Lots of cigars. I wonder what this looks like in VR. This clearly, like, this is where the next level starts. I wonder if that has depth.
How's this all supposed to work? Work the problem. What's the goal? To create this picture book. Mm-hmm. So we need what? Enough pieces for coherence. So collect the fragments, untangle the memory, gather the memories, create the book.
VR is real cool. I think people are still trying to figure out exactly how it's supposed to work. Alright, so I've got a journal. This isn't a dream, more like memory soup. There was a voice, a doctor. What did she say? Find the fragments, my most important memories, and set things straight. She called it a game. Alright, let's play. And we're making a picture book for our granddaughter? That's my understanding. Peanut and the Butcher. It's a whole story here that I'm not going to read on stream. That character was in a painting on the wall in the initial area. Some art. Some of this looks like it might be concept art. Yeah, I mean, one could probably... there are definitely 3 to 5 compelling games for me for VR, but, you know, it's... I feel like we're maybe currently in a waiting period where Half-Life Alyx came out, and then there was a pandemic and global depression as a result of it that, like, made it so that people didn't buy as many VR headsets as they might have, so... But, I'm interested in seeing how the medium develops. So we've got 4 images here. clearly, we're doing this. I'm guessing these are taken from concept art. It says Z abstractions. Oh, fun.
Check it out! Peanut's got some talent. Never knew we had an artiste in our midst. Who's this character? Looks like Zed. I write, you know. We should totally...
Dali or Bosch? That's Bosch.
Like a comic?
That's when we met Mao. That's where we met Zed.
The little twee. That's cute. That looks like it's like a backer image or something. I think this was kickstarted. I think I kickstarted this. I like a good... Here's an alternate version of an environment you've been in before. A lot of books on the floor. I feel like this does not seem like a poorly appointed house, but it does need more bookshelves. Even if all these have been torn off of the... There's stuff I can interact with, but I'm exploring first. Even if stuff has been thrown off of the shelves, they still need more bookshelves. A lot of books in the bathroom. That's suspicious. Alright. Clock or comic book? Let's do the, or not clock, radio. This thing weighs more than that fancy TV Rose brought by on one of her visits, a happy medium. Countless nights listening to Bart Bellwether's Voices from Beyond and KQDB beneath the sheets. If Mom knew, she never let on. Yeah, judging from the kitchen furnishings, we're definitely in the... that looks like a very suspicious whatever that is. I don't think that's how Apple dishes are supposed to be. But yeah, we're in 50s, 60s, maybe 70s. I don't think so. Slingshot. Is this going to be generally collect some memories? 6th, no 7th birthday. Not a glass bottle within biking distance was safe after I got this bad boy. Thanks, Grandpa. Needless to say, Mom was not a fan. Never got into slingshots. It was always a thing I thought would be real cool, but... maybe too butch for me. Catcher's mitt, the Fountainhead. Never liked playing on teams much, more fun just playing catch with Mal, pitching ideas. Some of the stuff he'd come up with was way out of left field. Really hit on something with Zed, though. There are a lot of family history games. It's one of the great indie archetypes. Let me know if I seem to be projecting too much. I can tend to get a little blustery when streaming. The Fates. Are Decima and Morta really twins inside this thrilling issue? I hate these rotating. There we go. Very cute. Fates drew a lot of inspiration from this series. Me and Mal would snag the latest issue from the Five and Dime like clockwork the third Wednesday of the month. Heh, sometimes we'd even pay for it. Cute. Games with this much stuff always make me wonder, like, at what point do you use Unity's store assets, or, I mean, this is Unreal, so probably wouldn't be Unity store, but you know what I mean. What stuff do you model yourself? What stuff do you license out? That's always an interesting challenge. Okay. So now I need to do a slide puzzle again. This is a slide puzzle. This is just a jigsaw. I'm curious as to whether this is going to open up, because I think I at least had the initial impression when backing it that this was there were puzzles and you were exploring broader environments with things interconnected. But so far this is just very linear. Oh, well, we're seeing an open area, so maybe this is it. Or maybe it'll remain just like explore a bunch of memory spaces. This is very different, though.
Miss Lansdow's class was great. I wish they could all be like that. Heinlein, Lovecraft, Tolkien. You said your art class was the same way. Who's that guy you mentioned? All those alien planets. Roger Dean?
Was he a racist, too?
You want to work on more Zed again? I got all these...
Heinlein's not too racist. It's more sexist.
Horror, comedy, romance.
I like Heinlein.
Oh, no shit. This summer's gonna be the best.
I think of this as a very missed style of architecture and of patterning and so on. I'm sure it's not hugely flattering to keep comparing this game to Myst, but just knowing that there are those connections, like this sort of monolithic architecture with very a lot of attention to bump mapping and it's not even called bump mapping anymore. You know what I mean? Normal mapping and the physicality of spaces, even when they're preposterously surreal in their architecture. There's a big face out there. Hi, big face. This wall not reaching the floor is fun. Also, a game that, if you saw this, right, if you saw this wall not reaching the floor in some games, you'd be like, boy, they were really sloppy. But in here, enough work has been put into everything that you're like, oh no, this is supposed to be floating. And that's a big challenge anytime you're making like a weird surreal game, is like, how do you get that suspension of disbelief or whatever, that verisimilitude, to make the player be like, okay, yeah, sure. I understand that this is something dreamy and surreal and not just random and arbitrary or mistaken.
As far as metaphors go, this one's a hole-in-one.
Voice is familiar.
Of a self-centered life, as told by an idiot full of hot air signifying nothing. Brace of bad marriages, broken vows, kids we hardly know.
Hello. Oh. Goldfish. Oh, wrong button. Marvelous Mrs. Welk, my first and last pet before Rose. Wait, no, Ruthie the dog. Jeez. Folks got me a goldfish to teach me about life and death. Pretty messed up if you think about it, but it's better than being coy. Drawing contest. Entries due May 6th. This, I know I keep saying, or keep hearing it earlier. What else? Because Chuck Carter worked on other stuff. I just didn't take a note of what they were, but they were like, they're things that you've heard of. But this like making sure that the cabling on the lamps is visible is a very, very Misty thing. Yeah, other than Mist, did like, oh, background Babylon 5, matte paintings for Babylon 5 is another thing that Chuck Carter worked on. S1.
Hey, I wonder how Ruthie's doing anyway. Never writes, never... Rose, come on. Ruthie was the dog. Our daughter's name is...
Ah, gotcha.
You... I deserve that.
So here's an example of two different ways I could go. Could go that way, or this way. There's clearly stuff each way. 1974. Is there a year over there? I don't know. Disney and NASA. That's pretty cool. Lots of private doors. I'm goosing the sprint button. That's not being weird about speed. Balloon. Left balloon. Saw this in a movie. 3rd grade, I think, with Miss Klein. Too snowy for recess. This kid gets bullied over his red balloon. There wasn't any dialogue, but I'm pretty sure it was German. Now what the hell was it called? Oops. It's called The Red Balloon, I think? I like weird environments, weird fallen stones in a place where they couldn't possibly be. Sewer cistern. So this is this existed as like a large sculpture in the, I don't know, the hospital apartment. V8 in Skyrim. Weird. Mental gymnasium. You find inspiration in the most unusual place. On Sundays after church, we'd ride our bikes to the edge of town and play Army. I don't know what they used to make there, and I never thought to ask. Make where? Oh, it was a factory. Like, a factory on the edge of town. It's a maze-like. So that's that symbol again. This looks like a logo of a gaming supply company or something. I was on the fridge. It's a kitsune with a D20. Did I squeak that? I hope I did. Oh. Locked door with a sun. Okay. So we also had a side passage here. Either way. My. Such freedom. That door seems to be closed, although there is a world on the other side of it, which is interesting. You can see through the crack. Going up, up and up and up and up. Over the same cistern? Yeah. Cool environment. Just a cool place to be. There's not really anything here. Seems to just be a dead end, unless I'm missing something. I don't get the impression that there are going to be like puzzles that I have to like memorize the layout of this place or look for hidden symbols or anything like that. So Velociraptor free work environment. It has been a whole bunch of days since our last incident. Something in the L of that pipe. I'm not sure which pipe. I can go back if I get stumped. Okay. Private. Ruthie. Dog collar. Ruthie's best. I'll never forget when Ruthie had a litter. After all, I was sober. Not all of them survived, of course, but it was a good lesson for Rose. Creation is a messy affair. So there's some alcoholism going on. Oh, Zed. So I heard that kind of bubbling noise that I think previously has indicated that a door activated. Weirdly, I don't. So I think maybe I was supposed to go there first, or that was sort of the planned approach. Maybe that door that I saw that had something behind it is the one that had a jigsaw puzzle activated on it. Hell, that was upstairs. It was here. Zed. Nothing here. That's just shininess right there. Turning on auto run. So, curious as to whether this will be the structure of the game from now on. We'll explore a space, find a collection of memory objects. Oh right, there was a mystical door over here. I forgot about that. Do a jigsaw puzzle on a mystical door. Cute.
Here's my idea for the comic. Zed can be about anything we want it to be. One story, he's this loser superhero. Next, he's on ancient Mars. Then, he's fighting radioactive cannibals, post-World War III. Get this. He's fully aware the whole time. Knows none of these places is home. He's lost in the multiverse, trying to find the story he fits in.
Very kid comic.
Very meta. No, I don't know what that means either.
Jack-o'-lantern. This fictional comic feels like a little bone. Chapter 5, A Faraway Place, so we're counting down.
Where are we? Our neighborhood. Same place we live now. Looks different somehow. Sure, we're slipping into the representational.
No, never the representational. I have a vignette effect here that I don't think has been present elsewhere. Because it's spooky.
Deep in the creative wellspring. Dig in, the water's great. I'll go first. Fishing, night crawlers, second base behind the bleachers with Pacey Walker. Sleepovers, staying up for the creature feature. Halloween.
Aren't night crawlers a kind of worm?
Everything. The renters next door? Daytime vampires. Bigfoot peeking in people's windows at night. Albino alligators in the sewers. Roaming packs of psychic tigers. Boring town? Nothing to do? Just add imagination.
And plastic, vacuum formed masks, second skin. You're not fooling anyone. Can't hide who you really are. Is there gonna be some sort of horrible dark secret exposed in this game? Bricks. Goodness and fruit-flavored corn bricks. Now flavor blasted with mortar. Oh, it's a costume? Clever costume. I've got my fair share of flaws you can't deny. I work well under pressure. Nothing like a last-minute invite to a costume party with girls to get those creative juices flowing. It was big. I think it was a child-sized costume. Or a teen-sized costume, I guess. Shiniest doorknob in the world. You expecting there to be like subtle creepy things. Okay, so there's my exit door right there. Such a shiny doorknob. Grouch your vision. Do I wish I'd done things differently? You bet your life I do. Keep hitting the wrong button to get out of there. Covered porches. I never had a covered porch. My grandparents did. My maternal grandparents had lived in Rochester, New York, and had a proper, like, I don't know about covered. It was a mud room. It was a, well, I mean, no, it was an enclosed porch. Like the windows weren't quite as sturdy as like the ones you'd want in an actual house. But it was sheltered more, and it was where you like took off your snow stuff. I grew up in Phoenix area, so anything to do with snow or weather like that was always pretty memorable. You're locked, so I'm missing a memory. Where would that memory be? Should be sparkling. Back here. Yeah. Stone, or not stone, wooden sword in the stone. Excalibur. Sooner or later it hits you, and you just know there's something rotten in Denmark, or the fate of the kingdom has been left up to a rock, which makes about as much sense as, well, ladies living in lakes. I was also a kid who enjoyed Monty Python. What is up there? Oh, it's that symbol that's shown up places. That was like the moon part was at the beginning of this vision. Is that right? No. Y'all get to see me be bad at jigsaw puzzles, apparently. Okay, there were two pictures. Alright, back to the weird mechanical area. That's cool.
Summer's almost over. Barely a week left.
Giant head.
How many pages you draw for Zed? Well, think of all the cool stuff we've done. Exploring the sewers last week was awesome. Tunnel rats! So, how do you want to spend the rest of it? More art? Or more adventures?
So I started over there.
I can decide either.
Productivity took a back seat. We had a summer to remember. Experiences to draw from.
Oh, sure. All those blank pages were completely justified.
Hey, don't be hard on yourself for not finishing a...
Limco got their hooks into it.
Ideas need time to
Okay.
incubate. Art needs experience.
So, was there a stolen comic book? Limco stole the comic book? Alright, so we are again in a
Your folks
suburban neighborhood.
You're a cinch to win. Unless you're, putting the finishing touches on something. A few of us are gonna hit the pumpkin patch later. Those orange bastards aren't gonna smash themselves.
Ooh. Don't smash pumpkins. Those are someone's pumpkins. You can do it after Halloween. Chicago Pounder. What does the sculptor see in a piece of wood? The painter on an empty canvas? Art's a little like anarchy. All you need is healthy ego and a little elbow grease. Well, that and the right tool for the job. It's not escape, it's right click. For some reason, maybe it's because of Half-Life 2. Anytime there's a swing set that I can't like shove the swings around on, I'm like, oh, But especially with VR, like rope physics is such a nightmare. It's wise for them not to make it interactable.
There's something about pumpkins. Those grooves, those curves.
Not expecting this to be a gourd fetishist.
Hurt.
Oh wow, I was joking.
Pleasurable.
You're creeping me out.
Shouldn't it be Mr. Id talking about how sexy, how much he wants to fuck a pumpkin?
Mr. Lentz gave us a gold star for creativity. Even if it is a comic book.
Yeah, and the bad?
Sooner or later, we gotta face facts. Stop living in the past.
That pumpkin just wasn't into us. This is a cool fantasy house. Fitted? Keep a lid on it. Little League was a lot like puberty, an awkward, demoralizing affair. Must have been twice as tough on Mal. Kids are cruel and merciless. Small-town adults aren't much better. Twice as tough on Mal. Mal's art. No, Mal's not the artist. I'm the artist. Oh, we've got leaves coming through the house. House is not real. Cheese, a very cartoony cheese for this shiny faux stone countertop. And some whiskey? I'm gonna say whiskey. Art show runner-up. Oof. Booby prize. Winners get trophies, which, what, makes the rest of us losers? Anyway, I didn't let it stop me. Lord knows I didn't let much of anything stand in my way when it came to my career. A lot of wines. Whiskey. We know that this person had a drinking problem. So, oh, hello, toilet. That's not a great toilet setup, really, I would say. Very good fanciful bed. Ooh, weird floating boxes in the sky. What's up with those? I'm gonna turn my mouse sensitivity down a little bit. I am not going to turn my mouse sensitivity down a little bit. Nope. Cool city lights. I like how the ground just ends. Like, just no more ground. That house is halfway over the weird city void. The scale on all this is weird and distorted. Like, this bed is way too tall. This desk feels a little off. Some of these doors are huge. Some of these doors are small. Like, this is very, like, almost Seussian. Sand dollars. I've never had a good vision in my head of what the critter that lives in a sand dollar looks like. Me and Mal swore we'd get serious about working on Zed. Instead, we spent half the summer beachcombing, convinced we were going to be rich. Bobby Holt said he'd give me a real dollar to eat one, but all I earned was a trip to the ER. You cut your mouth? What happens? Floating candle. Trunk. A second bathroom. This is a 2-bath weird gourd house. This weird, sexy gourd house. Best hot cruises. And some sort of art. What book is that? I cannot see. And a sheep. The Geneva Convention's today on that newspaper. Something's gone wrong. It's midnight. I like that. That elephant. Looks like a friendly elephant. Alright. Did we get everything? I wasn't counting. I think it's been 3 per place. Yep. I like that light there. Wind chimes or rain things. I appreciate the heavy use of floorboards. It makes it easy to orient myself, or a little easier.
This place still gives me the creeps. Think that witch still lives here?
Just 'cause she's old doesn't make her
She's a witch. Everyone said so, even Mal.
I don't know. Remember our bike hitting the ice cream truck? Everyone took off, even Mal, but she came out to help. Even got us a choco bomb.
Oh, witches are bad.
Her hands were soft, like tissue paper.
Wait. You had a crush on the neighborhood necromancer.
What? No, she just does explain the pumpkin thing.
It's troubling. Have you seen me? Okay, so is that the friend? Is that Mal? We promise. It's tasty or your money back. Utter loss. Nothing beats starting each day with a heaping full of cautionary tragedy. After Kip Webber went missing, we were allowed out past dark for like ever. None of us took it seriously. We were just kids. What is this story about? Also, doing an utter loss pun with a child disappearance is a little tasteless, I have to say. An old decal projection there. Anything you can imagine you can do? Be a lamp or a lifeboat or a ladder. Technical drawing. Popsicle. Choco bomb. Good modeling of the ice crystals on that. On the surface. Chocolatey delicious and arguably nutritious choco bombs, choosy moms choose choco bombs. I like the curly ferns, I think they are. Cauldron or a pestle. Is that a mortar or pestle? I forget which is which. Mortar, I think. Strange brew. I'm not a witch, I'm a warlock, but Dad wasn't having it, so no tricks, no treats. He was the kind of guy who'd be front row to watch them burn the heretics if they still did that kind of thing. Weird. Mortar is the bowl. Okay. False teeth. Oh, real teeth. Just prosthetic. Ursat's choppers. Not a lot I got from my old man, that's worth being proud of, but at least I'll go to my grave with a big brilliant set of all natural teeth. Teeth stuff is Tough. Alright, this was like over here. Something like this. It's gotta be at the top, right? Except I think it was actually over one.
Hey, it's Mal. You'll never believe this. After cutting us out of merchandise for the character we made as kids, after kicking us out of our own comic, replacing us with hacks, and that drawn-out court case that amounted to nothing, after
Capitalism.
basically blacklisting us from the comic industry, after canceling the comic, Plimco Comics just optioned the movie rights to Halbert Atwell. I never should have signed that contract.
There's an achievement for squeaking all the stuffed animals. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't know that I've gotten all 3 everywhere. This seems like a particularly... What does the moose mean? Animals and dreams. This seems like a bad comic to replace the creators on. Like, this comic with enough character that, like, if you think it's valuable, you're not going to be able to find a good replacement for, right, like, for fucking Dr. Seuss, or for, the Sam and Max person. Chapter 4, A Terrible Gale.
Seriously? Mom. She'd sing this at bedtime. So much for subtlety.
Having a character in your game say something is not subtle enough doesn't make it subtle enough. Avery, what are you painting now, Avery? It's so pretty. More colors in the rainbow. When I grow up, I hope I'm as good at making stuff up as you are. Maybe I'll be a famous artist. That whale that was in the pumpkin patch earlier. Frida. Great idea, Frida, but shh, don't tell Mom. We'll sneak out in the pumpkin patch after dark and hunt for hobgoblins, but I'll catch more than you this time. It's a high CR for a kid. Mal, after lunch, will you finish the story about the gingerbread princess and the 3 blind moose? Please? When you tell it, it's like I'm really there. I can't wait to hear how it ends. Picasso. Here, Picasso, want another bite of grilled cheese? No? Okay, I'll finish it then. That's what I like about you. You're so unselfish and always stick up for your friends. So Mal is the moose is named Mal, but Mal also is a real human person who can make telephone calls. Nope. No, don't crawl out the window, baby. Alright, now we're...
An instance of lifelong, insatiable curiosity. Grandpa's cellar. Not the place, what it stood for. Off limits. where we saw some side of him we weren't supposed to see. A stash of girly mags does not a mystery make. He
A
cursed.
weirdly horny game.
Spit. He smoked. Same as any grandfather, generationally speaking. And is it any wonder he made such an impression? You just didn't care what was behind the covers.
Look-see. America's #1 men's magazine. Swimsuit princesses. Granddad's lad mags. That's good. Rosie thinks it's hilarious that I still listen to the records, says I'm missing out on little details. Thinks it's quaint. Maybe so, but some things are best left to the imagination. Granddad's low-resolution lad mags, apparently. Like, no, I want it fuzzy. I just don't want to be able to clearly see the details. Knack Laniels, old-time Tennessee whiskey. Hidden Hooch. She's taking me back to the river rats, trying to catch 40 winks under the tattered canopy of a PBR-31. Growing up, booze tasted like bitter medicine. Come to think of it, that's exactly what it is. Oof. It's too many cigars. Too many partially smoked cigars. Dictionary. English-Spanish dictionary. A medal of valor. True metal. After Grandpa hit his limit, I'd read through all his old war stuff. It was just like when Decima and Morta fought the Nazis, but even better. It was real. The danger was cool. Boyhood is bliss. Allism runs in the family, apparently. Weird hidden doorway. Yeah, it's one of these arches, but sealed. National Railroad Passenger Corporation. One-way tickets are a double-edged sword, scary and exhilarating. Excited at the prospect of something new, terrified you won't like it, but committed after all, life only runs in one direction. I am not getting a strong, narrative arc. I don't feel like there's a mystery that I'm trying to uncover, or I don't know where this is going. I feel like these have been relatively disconnected vignettes. The kind of one hint of weird mystery is the missing kid, but I don't know that there's a strong I don't feel like there's either been a compelling character that I really want to understand better, nor am I getting a feeling like there's going to be there's a story or something. I don't know if it's it's fine for that to be how this game works. It doesn't make it bad. It's just all right, what's going on? I'm just wondering where this is going and what the intended tension or momentum to the story is. What was, how did they want this to be advancing? What do they want me to be very interested in here? Okay. So this has to be the top. And then, okay, so that's the top of the ladder. That's... Oof. Okay, so like a... Painting a whale blimp? I don't know. I feel like
Train stations.
this is straight out of Off-Peak.
Stately opulence, majestic grandeur, the triumph of romanticism over imagination. I mean, you'd think mankind's artistic ambition peaked with Art Deco.
Oh.
And it felt hollow, getting shipped off to Grandpa's. But it's also where Mom and Dad met us, to go back home. Okay then, zero sum. Waste of time, waste of space, moving on.
But like, I feel like a game like this, like, is trying to draw me on with a mystery or with a character that I'm really interested in exploring, or something. I'm not sure what that something is here. Like, I'm enjoying the pretty architecture, but I'm not feeling structure yet. I like this station style. It's cool. Especially with that, like, that weird, the most surreal environment, the one that's weird and mechanical. It feels like I'm, like, you know, unlocking parts of things, and maybe there'll be 4 quadrants that I'm completing. But like, why? Like, I don't feel like I'm, you know, halfway or 3/4 of the way through a story yet. So I'm interested to find out, like, what that is, what the structure is. Cute. That's the picture, that one of the first ones I assembled. I like the way that I'm being guided through these spaces. Like, the way that things are blocked is always, I mean, obviously, you know, surreal and dreamlike, but still, like, makes sense for the game. Like, it's not just like, oh, here's a chain link fence. Conductor. Conductor's cap. I started spending summers with Grandpa and LaShonda after things got bad with Dad. Mom would say the train was taking me off to the land of make-believe, but it was really just going south, to Florida. I like the economy of... Oh, creepy face. I like the economy of writing that is Grandpa and LaShonda. Like, it's like, okay, I understand the relationship between Grandpa and LaShonda. For sure. A lot of weird, creepy hidden faces. Well, I can imagine that their relationship is one of several different things, all of which are economically explored there. I said, you know, in this case there is just a literal fence, but like the wall of suitcases over there is cute. Very fitting to the environment. Piles of books everywhere still. Steam rising. These are electric trains, though, I think. Yeah. So, presumably that's, like, something underground venting. Oh, I remember these whistles. You got me, nostalgia game. Wooden whistle. I'll never forget the sound of Rosie's laughter when we took her first train ride. Seeing her face all lit up like that whet my appetite for adventure all over again, an indelible reminder of young awe and wonder. This game does a very good job of setting up the generational things in a way that's easy to remember, like that "it's not Rose, it's Rosie" thing immediately is like, okay, I now remember who Rosie is. And the relation of, like, so there's grandpa, there's parents, dad got bad, there's protagonist also had a drinking issue, protagonist has a daughter, Rosie, and Rosie has a daughter that the comic book is going to, so we're dealing with 2 generations up and down so far. And grandpa was in World War II, so we've got a real set, like, timeline, which is weird to me because my parents were very old when they had me, and so my grandfather was in World War II, but this person is clearly older than me because they were a kid in the 60s, right? Which would work if their grandfather was old for World War II or World War I guess could be one. No, Nazis was mentioned. At that time it could kind of work out if they were a kid in the 60s. I think, right? 20 to 40. So if yeah. I like the music. I like the kind of dreamy, nightmarish, but not like creepy music. Like definitely unhinged, but not like scary. I kind of want to read this comic. Oh, Conductor Bear. Fuzzy Buddy. Unpacking your personal baggage is lonely business. Never hurts to have a friend to help. Yeah, my road trips and things that make noise are always rough on parents, I think. Good lighting. I like this purple light here. A box, no, a suitcase. Traveling trunk. Before all the androids and archmages, it was Blackbeard and Tom Sawyer, in search of adventure. No responsibilities, no attachments, just the shirt on your back. The source of the purple light. I don't think there is one. Yeah, I think this is a video game light. Which is one of the cool things about just sort of this game as that genre of fanciful walking sim, is the different approaches the different environments have. So we had that one environment where it's like, let's make sure to model the wires for every light. And then this one is like, yeah, no, there's no source to this light. Not only is there no source to this light, but there's also like no lighting in this at all. Like those could be lights, but like there's no... Maybe one of these structures is theoretically a light. But this is a setting in which we don't really care where the lighting is coming from. On those trains, at least. I think it's a good, not that these puzzles are hard, but it's a good like hint system to have that image somewhere in the area, so that if someone is like, I just can't figure out this picture, you can go and find wherever it's projected in the world and be like, oh, okay, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Hey, it's Mal. Principal of photography on the Zed movie starts next week. Weird to hear, huh? Especially not to be involved. They contact you to advise? You'd let me know, right? Somebody who can't say
Creepy face.
snuck me a script. There's a
Creepy, whatever the fuck that is.
they kept the framework. There's still plenty that can go wrong, I hear. That's me, always looking on the bright side. Still rooting for Zed, though. Can't help it.
Hey, it's probably super risky to, yeah, the bus that's chained down. Yeah, it's like a face with some sort of weird hair or hat, and then like earrings and hooks and stuff chaining it down. It's probably not a good idea to like lay your lifelong ambitions on the thing that you creatively conceived as a child. Like, gotta let those darlings die.
So, let's face the music. Should have been there. Boy needs a father.
Your father should have been there, or you should. Oh, you should have been there.
And judging from the way things turned out, we're no better at being a dad than Dad.
So there was also a son. Bottoms up. Drinking trophy? High spirits. Here's to you, Mal, and whatever makes you merry. You deserve better, old friend. Mal dead? What's... Can't read that. Oh. Car crash. Least likely to care. A for ambivalence. Bliss is ignorance. Ignorance bliss. But if no one knows, who gives a whit? E. Malone, 10th grade. Most unfaithful? Pillow talk. Tell me the truth, goddammit. I don't know what to say. The truth. I'm sorry. What is...
Eddie, can you hear me?
We're dear.
John's toy truck. It's right in front of you. Just look! Eddie, I'm here. John is with me.
We never got to know him. Yeah, let's face it, we never really knew her either.
Oof. So... wife and son died in a car wreck? Is that the implication? Is the wife unfaithful? Were they... So there was definitely someone shouting at the driver, so was he driving the car when that happened? I mean, number one dad. Yep. Oh, world's worst dad. Oof. Parentheticals. Should've, would've, could've, didn't. What is it with walking simulators and car crashes? I can't believe I didn't recognize that these were guardrails until now. Until I saw the car. Yeah. I think Melissa and I both, Avery MD, Melissa, have, thanks to Waypoint Radio, have started watching The Mentalist again. I'm not gonna out other people who are doing it also, but it's a weird ass show. I mean, it's not a weird ass show. It is weird that the show is as compelling as it is for how normal it is. Uh-oh, I'm tiny.
Union tour rolls on. Knew we'd get here sooner or later.
We knew we'd be tiny in our bathroom sooner or later.
Born February 2nd, 1930. Left the building March 1975. A mostly meaningless life. Cut short
Was
by
Dad?
an obvious end. No points for style or creativity. Philanderer, deadbeat, drunk.
Yep.
Can't say we're not a stickler for family tradition. Have some respect. Hit a nerve? Something to say on his behalf? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Am I confused? Isn't id instinct and ego
Look,
judgment?
No eggs, no omelets, right? Hello? Anyone? Anyone else in here?
This is a good kind of razor, by the way. If anyone struggles with razor burn, go for a
Seriously?
good old-fashioned safety razor.
Hold up. Do we hate each other?
Clearly you hate yourself. Come on.
Who's not full of self-loathing?
You don't have to be. You can get over it.
To survive.
Should have gotten some therapy when you were not
The practical one.
in a coma. Splitting airs. At the mirror with Dad, standing side by side, one of the good memories. Don't go against the grain unless you're sure you know what you're doing. Old man was right. Every risk is better with a little calculation. The implication is that Dad's dead, right? So we might have a fucking enormous body or something around the corner. Oh. Well. Title. Content warning. Suicide. Alcoholism. Family loss. According to recently released national research statistics, legally purchased firearms are used in nearly half of suicides in North America, with the number of attempts reaching record highs in the past 5 years. Belt. Dad was never a particularly meaty guy, but he lost a lot of weight towards the end. Like father, like son. Sometimes the hunger just leaves you, even when there's food on the table. That's a thing that depression does. Sleeping pills. Not surprisingly, most sleepovers were at Mal's place. His dad would pick up takeout and root beer, and some of the regular variety for himself. Up all night, hopped up on comics and board games. Happy days. Now the music's creepy. Appropriately so. I feel like this game is in no place to take a swing at Art Deco.
Hey, it's Mal. Reviews are out, my friend. A lifeless, soulless husk of a Summerfell. Poorly conceived and badly executed. No purpose beyond thoroughly
You need to
bottom of the barrel.
chill, Mal.
I showed up opening night to an empty house. Whole 90 minutes
Just let go. Everything's impermanent.
nobody cared.
It's shitty.
I swear, Zed's farther away from finding his place in the metaverse than ever. And I don't know about you, but I ain't seen a dime. I tried doing some Zed sketches at a convention to pay the bills. And guess what? Plimco threatened to sue. I ask you, where was that erstwhile protection of the character when that movie got made?
Game's a real bummer. I suspected it might be, but oof. Chapter 3, Healing Feelings. Alright, maybe it'll
Go home again.
fix that.
Unless it's up for sale, I guess. Tacky decor. Should fix that one if we get the chance. Wonder if this is before or after the divorce. Probably both. And these
course, agree.
boys, think they're Rosie's or the boys. Probably both. What a mess. I'm never much for putting things in order, inside or out. Never much of anything other than the work. Sleeping late, out in the studio till dawn. I'd have divorced me. Let's not forget the drinking. Drinking and the occasional dalliance. Not much of a role model, huh? What did Burroughs say? Anyone who hasn't made mistakes and paid for them, they don't know the score.
I'm not sure that's a way to throw aside this stuff. Guest lecturing at some art academy, spunky redhead front and center. The instructor seduces a student, or was it the other way around? Either way, you're a walking, talking cliche. Not only did you cheat in a monogamous relationship, but it was with a student. Ugh. Person replaces the art on their walls every few decades. Your oven's smoking. You should fix that. Naked lunch, macaroni and cheese, and the burros are... Alright. Naked lunch. Somehow, even now, I still miss our stupid arguments about my studio's sanctity, about salad dressing, the need for just a little goddamn silence. Jesus, Carolyn, I wish you were here to yell at me now. Motherfucker, you're not experiencing nostalgia. Experiencing deep self-loathing. Ugh. And the mind of a real douchebag. A writer and... Ooh, that's creepy. Writer or an artist or what? Both, maybe? Do like me, I do my... It doesn't matter where you... Yeah, I mean... Shitty systems, abusive systems, all that really want you to... want to trap you in them, whether you're the person doing most of the harm or what. 5 more minutes. Quit procrastinating. Zed is waiting. Time to go. I really don't think your life's work should be what you ideated when you were a child. Various. Plimco options Z rights to Atwell and $48 million deal. Can reality serve as entertainment? 2 more shows to be canceled. And in the lower right, I'm sick of seeing so many people loitering at the grocery store. Please get a job, you bums. Some of us have shopping to do for our families. Bad news, Baird. Yeah, the license set, right. Grump, grump, grump. Whoa, that's cool. Look at that shit. Waterfall outside the window. I like that. This had to be a hard game to set the scale of things on, especially knowing that VR was gonna happen. Like, getting realistic environments to look right, but also be navigable, and also throwing in these surreal environments.
Smell that?
Paint thinner.
Eraser shavings, acrylic and oils.
Yeah, I might hop in at VR at some point and see what it's like.
Associating. It's a shed, not a studio. Art is our struggle. Gardening's a chore.
Art shouldn't be your struggle.
It's worthwhile. Remember Mrs. Dalloway.
Trust me, as
Artists are gone.
someone for whom art is sometimes a struggle, it's not a thing to romanticize. Inspire. Yep. Little Black Book. First few steps in the creative process are pure chaos, and I love it. So many possibilities, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Failure isn't even an option. It's only when you start to actually create that things get complicated. Did you make something that wasn't fucking Zed? Because that's what I recommend. Not, sorry, not this game. The in-world Zed. I'm not saying this game wasn't worth doing. I'm saying that it should maybe let go. It's creepy. Woothy's Wabbit. There may be a trick or two left in this old dog, but I wouldn't count on it. Considering the circumstances, I'm not sure whether it's better to beg or just roll over. Ruthie is the dog? Or Rosie is the... See, now I can't remember who the real person is. Take it easy with a beer. There's multiple kinds of whiskey around. Note to self, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, so long as someone's willing to pay you for it, or at least put up with it. Roof is leaking. Lean machine. First Mal, then Carolyn, then the bottle. You used to think you were so independent, but let's face it, everyone needs some propping up now and then. Oof. So Mal kind of was the driving force behind getting him to work, and then Carolyn, and then booze. Maine, vacation land. I like these bears. Some good-ass bears. Right, so is this the last segment? I feel like it is. I feel like... Well, maybe not. Not sure.
I know you've got a lot going on. I just wanted to say, sorry about Carolyn. Heard about John.
There's the chained bust.
Hell, you've got your own problems. Should probably move on, I guess. Not be bitter. Make something else. Find another medium, like you did. How are the hours? Bad as they say. You call me if and when you have time.
Their medium. What did you do instead of art? Instead of trying? Pretty lights.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh yeah, Leonard Landry III. Lenny the Lysurgeon, PhD, LSD. Vision quests, making art, seeing shows. Guy was a trip.
Junior year.
Speaking of light without any source.
Better than summer abroad.
Couldn't ask for a better tour guide, though. Kind of crazy he's running for president.
Weird. Some glasses. Purple haze. The doors of perception won't budge for just any old fool. You gotta pry those bastards wide open. Crowbar the mind, my man. Crowbar the mind. Lenny the Lysurgeon, PhD, LSD. Person with a history of alcoholism really needs is acid.
Hear that? The walls are breathing, man. Wow. This isn't ours. Welcome, esteemed reader, to the city of smoke and mirrors.
I know that, don't I?
Broken bussing tables. Found this book. Through a many-splendored lens. The fantastic worlds of Fritz Forsyth.
I'm not impressed at first. Standard issue paperback stuff. Way too much airbrush, but one page led to another,
And we're lost.
Seems we've got enough of an oeuvre to not have to resort to other artists' stuff.
Don't be petty. Inspiration's a faithless lover. Anyway, old Fritz clearly left an impression.
Wonder if this is a real artist that the game is taking inspiration from. See, this bit feels very misty. There's Mars. Anyone's looking for Mars, it's over there. Found some fish. Lenny Landry, 2016.
Via Galactica, Dayton, Ohio. Rooftop ramblings, recycled prints and sketches. Right. Our first solo show. Not a soul opening night. Except Mal. Made short work of all that champagne.
Quite honestly, I've never bought into the whole art school scene. Too political, all just nonsense. Spare me the sanctimony, let the art do the talking and leave me alone. Oh, okay, so his new gig would have been being a teacher, and then ended up doing, like, found art collage? Is that the implication? That gallery showing was him repurposing the art he found? Instead of cartooning? Huh. Alright, well, that's where I'm going, but we've actually got an obstacle. The first time in this game, I think, that it hasn't just been exploring a space. Nothing to see here. There's a lot of me and Mal and Zed. Not literally, of course, but let's face it, if your art doesn't reflect some facet of you, you're doing it wrong. That weird quilted brickwork there. Look at that. That's real cool. There's Mars again. Still here. Real lovely sense of, like, distance and scale here. Like, the way they use mist, and some places, like MIST, not the game I've been talking about a whole lot. In some places they've been doing depth of field effects, but I don't think there's distance blurring happening here, which is also kind of cool. That, like, the spaces are also different, that it doesn't even, like, physics doesn't even work the same way in them. The rendering is different. Yeah, here I don't have a vignette. Like, yeah. Fish. I like little details like having enough stuff inside of buildings that, like, clearly that's not just, like, environment mapping or whatever. Even if it is environment mapping, like, it doesn't come across as it. Ooh. Okay. Klaatu Barada Nikto. Okay. It's in the end, Day of the Earth Stood Still reference, but probably more a Army of Darkness reference. Dormitory days. College life was steamed in the ever-present haze of Morley smoke and makeshift air fresheners. Misako mixed linen shades and a linen cap like no one's business. Just a fling, nothing serious, but it was good. Was this college, or was this the student you were fucking as a professor? That makes that read very differently. I think it said college life, right? College life dormitory, yeah. So gotta be a student. Oh, that's not a walkable staircase. Okay, there is a case of not this game's usual level of good barriers. I wonder if this was done early in the game, because I remember this from initial promotional stuff, and there's just a few other little things like these textures aren't as heavily normal mapped as the rest and stuff like that. Like, there's these bricks, unlike some other bricks, don't feel very bumpy. These fences aren't textured. So I wonder if this was like real early stuff or alternately stuff that got finished real late. Is there a bridge now? There's a bridge now. Cute. So I'm probably, oh, creepy. Probably getting near the end.
Carapace? Bigger than I remember. Took Mom hours to burn him off. Dad was furious. As if an 8-year-old's supposed to know what makes ticks tick. Out of the tub, straight to bed,
There.
no dinner. A starving artist was born. Mal wanted insect enemies for Zed. Issue 6. Right. The Akari Armada from the Zebulon Nebula. I wonder how Mal's doing. You don't remember.
Everyone else in your life is dead. Mal might as well be also. Inspiration is often described as a spark, but that's not how it works. The creative process is a fickle mistress. She'll flash you a glimpse, but you can be damn sure your work's cut out for you. I don't have a reticle, so it's hard to tell when I'm on those things. Cigarettes. Back on Morley's. I like a clean workspace. Taking care of my tools. Nothing wrong with that. Brushes cleaned after every use, the right caps put back on the paints. I guess the healthy habits die just as hard. Decogon speeders. No way, I've been looking for this since we snuck into the Dead Show. Lenny ran off with this far-out chick with dreads for days. Took us hours to find the van, but it's not like we were in any rush. Flashlight? That's not the right key. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, but is it just another stop at the end of the line? I'll be finding out soon. After all, I'm right on schedule. For the first time. Maybe the last. Am I gonna die? Am I gonna wake up? I don't seem headed for any sort of epiphany. Like, I don't get the feeling that this character has learned anything in his goddamn life. Mm-hmm. You all race. It's clearly supposed to be more words.
Hey, it's Mal. Hope things are good out your way. Or better, you know. Haven't heard from you. Been a bit.
Now I'm dying.
Rough lately. Got some bad news. You're probably on a deadline again. Or they call it crunch, right? Say, do me a favor. Do something with the character. Finish Zed's search. Wrap up his story. I don't care if you publish it, or if I ever see it. I just want to know. I just want to know that he found his way home.
It's fucking bleak. Chapter 2, A Trivial Spat. So we're almost down to Chapter 1.
Me. Got your letter, which I really didn't expect. I'm screwing this up. It was nice. I agree. It would be good to be in each other's lives. It was a long time ago. That Christmas tree probably had it coming anyway. I actually have to tell you, family related. I'm pregnant. We're pregnant. So, good time to reconnect. Good timing.
Doesn't sound like a good timing sort of call.
Jesus! Barely breathe. It smells like Grandpa. Times 10. All things considered, it's hard to believe we never took up smoking. Tell you what, we get out of this, it's 2 packs a day, every day. Live a little and...
Is there a fire?
Nice. And wait, you're kidding, right?
That's cool. Like a turbine for a generator. It all started on the day Mo discovered the small rock structure like Charlotte used to build. TVs and rocket ship. Books. Hey, succulent. After losing Carolyn and John, I lost myself in the bottle, nearly for good. Somewhere in there I realized that along the way Zed and I had grown apart. I figured finishing a story that I had to do it. For myself, for Mal, for Charlotte. Ooh, weird, creepy buildings and pipes out there. Christmas tree probably had it coming. What does that mean? Lots of toilets. It was good putting the rose in the vase and then having it come out. That feels good. Rose on the nose. I'll give you one guess at what kind of flowers all of Rose's dates brought her. Nice kids though, for the most part. She's a good girl, kind like her mother. Must have done something right. I mean, she could just be kind all on her own, and you had nothing to do with it, because you're terrible. Must have done something right. It might be, did not do everything wrong. Sprinkles. Cold comfort. We bickered from the start, but it wasn't always bad. I said vanilla, you wanted chocolate. We settled on Rocky Road. I said it was a sign that we're a match made in heaven. You said I was nuts. It's cute. Not cute. More cigarettes. Morley's en masse. Seriously, all things considered, it is a little hard to believe I never took up smoking cigarettes. cannabis? Is that the implication? Alright, so 5 of these segments, presumably. We're almost to, yeah, we're in black and white. We're almost to chapter 1. Hello! How you doing?
Talk to your lawyer. I guess there have been some similar settlements with creators lately. The Kirby estate, the Schuster family. Anyway, he thinks there's a shot for Zed. Also, got some news from the doctor. It's a girl. We're considering Charlotte.
This is
What do you think?
Cyan Ventures. So yeah, so they published it, I think, a year or two ago. And it's done by the visual designer, the lead designer, whatever you want to call it, is Chuck Carter, who is a renderer on Myst. Ooh, some colors coming back. Oh, that's cute, because there's some hope coming back. That's good. So not a full-on Cyan Games game, but definitely some involvement in, like, they provided office space and stuff like that. It's interesting. It's totally, that creepy skull was behind me the whole time. It's absolutely a walking simulator about exploring the memory of someone in a coma who has had a lot of tragedy in their life. It's one of those. It's gorgeous. I think the environments and visual design are definitely the best part of it. So this was the symbol of kind of death and loss, and stuffed animals and coffins. Party hat. It's real sad. Little pizzazz. Standing in Rosie's living room, piled high with baby shower gifts, Mal's words came rushing back. Zed can be about anything we want it to be. His story began on the pages of a comic book, sure, but as for the ending...
Well, this could use a little pizzazz.
It's a graveyard.
It's symbolism, stupid. Most memories fade. The others we bury. Can't imagine a more fitting place for that.
Baby rattle. Little maraca. I never got around to cleaning the house after the accident. All those forgotten things remembered too late. What I did know is that Zed was still out there, awaiting the next adventure. I just couldn't hear his voice. I'm doing alright. I'm cold right now. My fingers are cold. I should have set the thermostat a little higher before streaming, but I didn't want to overheat. Anyway. Creepy statues. The grave of the beloved wife and son. Oh. So they got divorced and then died? That's extra rough. I assumed that just the son had died or something. Bread? That's clear.
Is all we are. And it's dead. Or
Oh, half a glass heart.
Way to kill the mood.
I put family first and foremost. I cherish adventure and spontaneity. I need little and want even less. I remember everything. Who's the I there? Because I don't think it's the protagonist. Yeah, we haven't gotten any snow. We've gotten a little bit of rain, but it's just been, it's cold enough, and my new place is just a little bit drafty. And so I just haven't been, I've been struggling a little bit to get the temperature right. Other half the glass heart. Glass half empty. I value my career above all. I prize discipline and order. I can never enjoy enough success. I regret nothing. I'm not sure that that's the character we've been presented with. Like, I don't think this is a character that does value success above all else and all that. Like, seems like a very sentimental character, really. I don't know if that lines up or not. It cannot line up because that other hand has to connect. Oh, that has to be the bottom. Fixation in the comic does suggest a desire for success, but not, when most people say fixation on success, they mean like financial success, and this is a person who like didn't ditch their artistic dream in order to do something more affordable.
Funko's open to your terms. That's great, right? Shared ownership of Zed for us and Mal's family. Shame about Mal. You know, sucks. Everything you said about him sounds like he could have used this.
This is probably cool in VR, but it doesn't feel like it's VR first or anything like that. Chapter 1. One small problem. The end of the game. Presumably. Also, Chapter 0. So, before I totally finish up, I will say that this has been Futureproof Plays Zed by Eager Games, published by Cyan Ventures. We do this about every 2 weeks. Melissa will be doing Look Inside on the 16th. And a news from Futureproof Games, our game company, is that we are doing the finishing steps on our supplement for Rosette Diceless, which is our tabletop role-playing game. We've got all the writing done. We're just placing art and doing typesetting and getting ready to have it be a book. So it's got a bunch of extra stuff, from guidance to new rules to extra character options and stuff. It's decently short, but it's a good addition to Rosette Diceless as a game. We recently did an update to Exploit Zero Day. If you've had trouble verifying emails, there's a fix for that. Melissa has recently done a release of Granny Square colors with some enhancements that you should check out if you're into knitting or crocheting. And I have been releasing more episodes of Tabletop Garden, my actual play podcast, where we're currently playing a post-apocalyptic road war game. It's finally edited. It's all going to come out on time. True Friend Award. And it's cool. You should check it out. Ego Driver. So if you go to tabletop.garden, you can check out that podcast. Friends like these. I'd like to share this with my old partner in crime, a good friend, a great writer. Killer Wit. Mal, if you're listening, buddy, I'm doing something new with Zed, and I think I've found a way to work you in. Hope you like it. creepy rotating spheres.
One man's life boxed up for easy access. This one's pretty clear. Looks like just another dream to me. Not a dream, a memory escape.
Forever faithful.
We needed this to exist. A place made of experience. This place. All this we've just been through, it's everything that came before. Yeah. The game Rosie was talking about, we played it. With our oldest friend and worst enemy. That's a little harsh. I met our mind. Anyway, we've got what we need. That we do. For better or worse, brother, our work here is done.
Success takes extraordinary dedication and commitment, often from those who go unappreciated. I know I've never been the easiest guy to love, but baby, you're always with me. You and Johnny are a part of me forever. I'm not sure that is an earned development. Kind of seems like, given that she's dead, you can recontextualize your relationship however you want to. And that you did not actually change much about that part of yourself. 90 days sober. Alright, that's a genuine accomplishment. End of an era. A legacy is a noble goal, but there's more to what we leave behind than the work we've done. I see that now. Thanks to you, Charlotte, I know what I need to do. So even though we may never meet, I'll always be your biggest fan. Meet. Is that the Charlotte must be the granddaughter. So he was working on this super close, like whatever he's sick with, he knows that he's dying. Oh, is this a no, okay. I wasn't sure whether this was like a weird portal or just an archway. World's best dad. I mean, you can just be an okay dad. Just aim for okay dad. Wow, just wow. This is truly an honor, and let's be honest, never thought I'd even be here today. I have to thank my family first, especially my daughter Rose, without whom this wouldn't have been possible. Family tree. So there's Grandpa, who smoked cigars and was in World War II. There's Dad, who is a drunk and committed suicide. There's Protagonist, who had a friend, Mal, who was the writer on this comic. His daughter, Rose. I think that Charlotte might have been also the wife's name. Daughter, Rose. Son, who died with the wife, was Jack, maybe? John? And then my theory is that Charlotte is also the granddaughter of the main character. Of the protagonist. See, here's the depth of field. It's gorgeous. I'm still a little vague as to where being a professor and enters into it. But let's see. Nope. No, also no. Did I have it right before? No, this goes here. Yeah, who knows how that concluded. This game doesn't seem particularly interested in interrogating that bit. Like, that's sort of one on the list of the things this person did when they messed up before they had their epiphany.
Hey, Dad. It's me. So Trudy left a message. Your neighbor? said something about a fire truck. You leave something on the grill? Again? I'll be by tomorrow. We should talk. There's a...
Okay, so I've got
Also,
some sort of progressive dementia.
how's it
Progressive
going?
memory loss, I guess.
About? I mean, I know it's about Zed, right? But you said it's for Charlotte. That's nice.
Ooh. This is a really good voice actor, because this voice actor very much captures the, oh, Dad, you're making an art book for the kid. Great. Like, it's not, it is not a 100% good thing.
I remember everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of House of the Spirits-y stuff.
To create the
Like, the idea of, like, this familial trauma that exists as this curse that runs through things. I mean, Edith Finch also has that.
all the choices I've made in the past, everything I've learned to pass on.
Now it's Dreamer.
I'll read it to Charlotte every night.
I can go now. Zed and I have finally found our home.
It's a shame you only created one creative work your entire life.
This is it, Charlotte. End of an era. And you're talking to yourself. Again. Stanford is definitely not ready for you.
And now I'm granddaughter.
Charlotte Malone. Rocket scientist.
Aw, that's cute.
It's got a nice ring.
That is a much better conclusion than...
Healthy ego. Mom says I've got both. From Grandpa. Pretty sure that's a compliment. Mom says he was at odds with himself. Like, half of him just wanted to create, and the other half didn't know what he wanted. Definitely wasn't that movie. So much wasted potential. I get that he wasn't exactly a model parent.
Don't start the sentence that way. Okay.
Good and bad. And we've got a long drive ahead, so plenty of time to ask. It's weird. I know. I should be more excited. Mom put everything on hold just to get me here. And a good career is important. I get that, but leaving everything behind? Well, you know, sucks. Well, maybe not everything. Some things are with you for good. And that's okay. I can't expect to have it all figured out. I mean, I'm still just a kid. But at least I've got a pretty good guide.
It's Charlotte. It's cute. I like that as a conclusion. Like, I like the... This kid turned out okay, right? Like... I mean, presumably Rose also turned out just fine, but... But I am glad that it didn't conclude with, like, and main character is in heaven now because he realized that he did bad stuff. Good night, sweetie. Hello. Very cute. Where is Charlotte? For a clever and creative Charlotte, the world is anything she can imagine. But there's one small problem. Where is Charlotte? Where is Charlotte? Deep in the forest under a tree? Or sipping with royals at a prominent tea? Where is Charlotte? Picking a side in a trivial spat? Or healing feelings wherever she's at? Where is Charlotte? Blown adrift by a terrible gale? Or sailing the seas on a large iron whale? This is probably very nice in VR. Where is Charlotte? Is she with those poor animals in distress? Or is she helping others out of a mess? Where is Charlotte? Can she be here? Where is she hiding? Or is she drawing as she's dancing and twirling and gliding? Where is Charlotte? Sad and forlorn about only third place? Or figuring out how to launch into space? Where is Charlotte? Nervous about entering a new competition? Or weightless in orbit on an astronaut mission? Where is Charlotte? Feeling alone, forgotten in space? Or making new friends in a faraway place? Where is Charlotte? Where will she go next? How far will she roam? I'm here, Zed and Mal. I can also come home. Aw, I love you, Grandpa. Very sweet. Rose. Charlotte voice was good. Oh, interesting. Okay, I guess I had assumed that the children's book artist would have been the main designer, so it's cool that it's not. So yeah, I love the environment design in this. It's a good thing to wander through. I very much liked the story was not like, and he got all his stuff fixed by going through a coma gauntlet. That it was like, no, this is kind of him just kind of exploring these family relationships. I'm presumably in these Kickstarter backwards somewhere. I think. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't at a level where I backed it. So yes, thank you all for hanging out and staying with me. This is Zed by Eager Games. Again, there's links up in the chat, but 2 weeks, Melissa will be doing Look Inside. Check out tabletop.garden, check out Granny Square Colors, check out rosetterpg.com over the next soon. And you can follow us on Twitter at PlayFutureProof. You can follow our podcast if you just search for the Futureproof podcast, or go to futureproofgames.com. We've got a mailing list you can sign up to if you just want news in your inbox. It's every couple months we'll send a newsletter, so that you won't get spammed or anything. And yeah, check out exploitzeroday.com. Is the Steam sale still going on? I don't remember, but buy our stuff in some way. And until January 5th, the Steam sale. So you've got a couple days left on getting Ossuary and the Majesty of Colors Remastered for half off. So check those out. Other than that, thanks for hanging out. Melissa is going to be doing more, probably, yeah. Just almost made it. Just got credits. But Melissa will be doing Diary of a Spaceport Janitor tomorrow? Is that right? Tomorrow, Monday? Yeah. And then, but that's not a future-proof thing. That's just their personal streaming. And then Look Inside on the 16th. So yeah. I think the ending, I liked the ending a lot better than some of the places I thought it might be leading. Like, I like that there was not a genuine reconciliation of this honestly kind of crappy dude. And that, like, the focus was on, like, oh, hey, the kid turned out all right. Like, he was able to pass on something nice, in the end. So yeah, it's a bummer of a game, though. Ugh. But yeah, real interesting. So I think that's it for me. I'm worn out and hungry and cold. I'll take care of all of my physical discomfort now. So I will see y'all later.